a tall ask, a tough one, and not the way you want to start the day, but more than likely it's going to be rough.
Yeah. You just want to get this game over with, essentially, if you're Outlaws. But you mentioned it, having fun. That's why we play Counter-Strike. That's why we game. I mean, I remember my first competitive LAN got destroyed. It was a 16-0. Back to back to back to back to back, leading all the way up to Rage. Yeah, 16-0. So we got dominated. But now, a different map. Let's see. Let's see what happens, what unfolds.
Anti-Vlad and Doru, the imposters on opposite sides right now. Don't get it twisted. It is BVD on the T side. They've dropped straight down the vent in towards the B bomb side, bamboozling Outlaws on the defense.
Bomb already going down, bemusing Outlaws. And there we go. The first frag goes towards Matrix. That's the opener, signal of hope. Maybe they can just compound on that and continue with this success. Already a knife coming out of Wipeout. He gets a double knife. The cash dollar. Blaze Toru adding to the fray. It's down to Audacity. That's the first round going the way of Bravado. I wouldn't be surprised if he drops an AWP straight to Slowy. But Wipeout, he's good at the blade. He's good at the blade. Wondering what knife he has. Was it that, or was this just
was it
the
an
vent?
M9?
I think it was a M9.
Oh, was he standing in the vent? That's disastrous. It's like
cheap.
a troll under the bridge.
It's cheap.
It's a great position though, because you get that instant backstab, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money as well, Tools. $3,000 for 2 knife kills. I want to be friends with Wipeout after that.
Big Joms. He'll be buying lunch.
There's some low-hanging fruit there. Wipeout, what did he do? He wiped him out, yeah, all right. Just get that one out the way early.
I was pocketing that for later, man.
All right, so we've noticed the HUD problem, guys. Don't you worry. We are going to quickly resolve that here. Maybe make use of the anti-eco round. Okay, all right. Yeah, I agree. Screw the casters, Tools.
Fine. Well, while they sort after HUD, just an eco round, nothing to play for. In fact, they're fully invested into this USP armor and a kit, and already the lower sight being bulged, torn apart, and the flag is planted. Post-plant isn't going to be any easier, man.
At least Outlaws get a crack at the CT side here, Tools, where they were on the T side on Dust 2 and they're just getting run down. Now maybe they have a chance to try to do something on the defense. Wipeout is just destroying his opponents right now. He's having a great time of it, his Wipeout.
And I agree with the sentiment from Bravado. Always show your best face. Always show your strongest self. Always perform to the highest of your ability. Never, never let the gas off the pedal.
Yeah, absolutely, Tools. Get to see some shots of the crowd here.
There we go. It is piling up here. Rage 2022, man. We've been waiting so long for this day, so long for this moment. At Gallagher, not the same home as we used to in the Dome, but we're here regardless.
A new home, Tools.
Yes.
Sometimes
I love new
that's
homes.
necessary.
We get to redecorate, Matt.
That's true, Tools. I love that. All about the perspective as we do get a kill towards outside. This is a bit of a mixed buy coming through here from the CT side. Majority of players have invested bar HazE. And, well, looks like more of the same here for Bravado. Wipeout's just mauling them right now here with this SMG.
Taking turns, it was Mango or Vuljan, preferably. The previous map was tearing them apart. I'm sure he was sitting around 23 to 25 kills, and already Wipeout looking to match that, picking up those stats. And this is same, but a different.
Yeah. same, but different, Tools. So Wipeout's a player I'd actually like to focus on a little bit, Tools. I feel like when it comes to the super big games where they really like must-win matches, 50-50 for Bravado, I think that's where sometimes he goes into a shell a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think it's really good for him to be playing with this flamboyant flair, bit of swag behind him right now, feeling himself, and getting some confidence now here in this first matchup to carry through the event so that he backs himself, right?
Yeah, you want to be picking up the momentum nice and early. It's good individually for your capacity and your psychosis moving into those harder games, right? If you keep trying and testing everything in the easier games and you see how it works, you see where the flaws are, it becomes easier to use it against the Algerian teams, easier to use it against our local teams. And Wipeout has been struggling against the higher echelons of things, but perhaps this is where he breaks the curse now.
He also does feel like one of those players, whenever Bravado play a team that they consider below them, Wipeout will just smurf on them, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I actually do believe it's a bit of a confidence issue with him. I don't actually think it's down to him as an individual who doesn't have the ability. I think it's actually just a mental game, because you can see it, like, look how good he looks, his crosshair placement, his movement, his mechanics in general seem really good.
They're high.
And I think that he's not like an emotional person in terms of he's going to affect the rest of the team. I think it's just in his own head
So
that
he gets affected.
Yeah, he affects himself, and I do think it's a confidence thing. So this is going to be a good match for him, just to, you know, on LAN, on stage, just to get to flex on his opponents and build his confidence up.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that topic, completely agree with you on that. And it's a bit hard because, you know, when difficult situations start to arise, usually the comms are the first thing that start to go. And if the comms start to go, what if you're the player that needs everything to be in the right place for you to execute and make the best decisions? All of a sudden, your judgment gets clouded. Yes, your mechanical ability is great, your communication is great, your spatial awareness is great. But if it starts to get clouded with all that clutter, that's when you start to see the mistakes seep out and the cracks start to peel out. That's the team could fall apart. It is a team game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if he's a pivotal piece, if he's the meat shield, if you like to call that, moving in first, if he's not getting that information early moving in, getting that first frag or getting that information, the rest of the team starts to crumble. And we have seen that against Nixon. We have seen that against Blackland. We have seen that against Goliath in the past. So this is where the patches need to be sorted out.
I agree with you, though. I think Bravado is one of those teams who can get a little bit subdued when things aren't going their way. One thing they have got going for them is they've got 5 players who are incredibly familiar with each other. You think back to the ATK days, they all played alongside one another. So there's a lot of history there, so they've got good relationships within the team. And so that definitely makes a big difference. But I think it's always just important that they keep their emotional game in check and they don't let that bring them down.
Good thing they have Coach Detrony right behind them. If you talk about discipline, if you talk about good decision making, that's the guy that would look at. That's the guy you pause to give you that voice of reason.
A changing of the guard, Tools.
Handing
Detrony
over
and
the
coach,
balance.
Elusive in the admin slot, yourself on the desk. If you look back 5 years ago, 2017, all active players. Some about to jet off to America for a year. Project Destiny. Oh, how the times have changed.
Times have changed drastically. It's a good thing
You're
we
the
now have
buddies,
opportunities. Yeah, we are the buddies, eh? We are the
Yeah.
ones going bold. We're doing everything. But I like it. I call it job rotation. You keep having to have to evolve your career, shifting into new roles that complement the youth, that complement the future of the game. Anti-Vlad, Matrix, Audacity, Wizkid, and HazE on the side of Outlaws, all the way from Nigeria. You would call this an icebreaker, you would call this an induction into the competitive arena of Rage at the Intel African Masters.
Trial by fire.
Exceptionally. They have to rise through the fire like Phoenix, but it doesn't seem like the eggs are going to hatch today.
I must say, from Wicked, I saw some impressive things on Dust 2. I think he was the one player who had some pretty decent level of mechanics, so at least from what we got to see in that game, he showcased some of those skills. Some good taps came through from him, so I'm going to be watching to him again here on the CT side. Here he is, he's got the Desert Eagle in hand.
Yeah, Wicked had opportunity there to land some shots, whizzing past the ear of the players in blue. Creeping towards that upper side, some pot shots, can't finish off his food just yet. Anti-Vlad needs to be extremely careful there. 8 HP, wondering where's his teammates. He needs support, he needs rotation effective immediately. Wipeout slowed down by that, I think, Team Molly trying to clear out that corner on the right. Blaze moving in towards this A site and doing damage, cleaning out every member from Wipeout, Vuljon, Blaze, all adding to the tally, a piece of their own.
Oh, nice kill there from Audacity. Wipeout overcommits on the wide swing. Still though, this retake going to be really difficult, and Blaze pretty much locks it in there with that kill.
Full control, full focus from Bravado.
They wouldn't want to expose too much of their playbook here though, right? On the T side of Nuke and CT side of Dust 2. It's not like they're playing this like we've seen them normally. They're just going to be keeping things as simple as they possibly can. Probably just each running around, you know, accomplishing their own objectives. But I wouldn't say we're going to get a look at their playbook from this game.
No, I doubt Slowy's even calling proper strats. I think he's just calling defaults 2-1-2, 2-1-2.
Vulge go kill.
Exactly, Vulge go kill. Everyone control your own zone. You know where your zone is, do your thing. Get used to it, get comfortable. Let's just immerse ourselves in this LAN environment. 4-0.
Gun round coming through here for the CT side though, Tools. Not going to have enough money for the AWP unless it's a glass. Nope, never mind. There we go. HazE spends his cash. Not going to happen now. We need to see an investment across the board here, Tools. This is looking too disjointed from Outlaws. You can't have... There we go. There the money eventually does come through.
That last minute decision making. Is it the FAMAS? Is it the bullpipe? Is it the A1? And they go for the A1. All equipped with that silencer too. Smokes outside and already Vils opens it up towards ramp already. Traded
adjustment.
Beautiful adjustment too. Taking the space where it's given. Wicked. Khan looking for his second, and there we go. That man advantage for the first time as it seems in long. They're in the lead for now.
4 versus 3, one of the better positions they've been in, not only in this map but the series. Anti-Vlad though wants to get some information, find out what's going on towards outside. Wipeout though deals with him, but still kills continues to come through. How on earth is Wicked towards side though right now? Slowly getting all the audio cues.
Oh, that's a triple for Wicked. Looking for the thought. Oh no, Slowy, he has a family, man. He wanted his fourth. He wanted that pocket change.
Oh no, and not only that, but he's heard the other plane going back through the smokes. He's called for the player to come through from heaven, push it towards the A site. Not the cleanest there from Wipeout. Eventually commits to the dirty spray, but he gets the kill.
Yeah, that happens a lot with Wipeout, unfortunately. A lot of dirty sprays, garden hosing with that A1.
Feels
the
like
A4.
that's the situation where you just like get desperate and you just commit to the spray and hope something connects, right?
But it also boils down to the point is, well, back in my days, everybody knew the spray patterns of every weapon, except Elusive, because he only tapped or bursted, but the rest of the players did.
Come on, Elusive wasn't known for his mechanics tools, let's be honest here.
They did give him the AWP at one point though, so.
Wow, that's crazy. It must have been tough times in the team.
Yeah, tough times
This
in
is
NA.
the nice thing about having the microphone, is that they can't banter back, right?
It's a one-way conversation.
Free reign, baby.
Gotta love it. 5-0, Bravado continue their success from the previous map. No sound from Outlaws. No defensive structures put in place to slow them down.
Oh, Wicked tries his hand towards outside. He's trying to take the initiative here, Tools.
And I like that.
Me too.
Let's do that more, but you know, get more, maybe bait his teammates. 100%, that's what I'll be doing. Take one member, go bait him out.
Just put them on the end of the fishing rod, cast it out there.
Reel him in.
That's Wicked, Tools.
I'll see what you did there. But I'm
difficult to miss, yeah. Wipeout now making his way towards outside. Actually does win the gunfight there with Audacity. More where that came from though. Headshots galore.
Passive placement was good there by Anti-Vlad, but unfortunately it's Wipeout better on this occasion, extending the lead to 6. Bravado Gaming looking stronger than ever.
They are still playing their game though, right? It's not like they're letting this descend into anarchy and memery where they're trying to get knife kills and do funny things with Desert Eagles or tasers maybe. They're clinical right now, Tools. They aren't giving Outlaws an inch. Taking a mile.
Yeah, when you give a hand, he'll take the arm. Anti-Vlad shot. His focus was split from high ground and low ground, and together Daru and Wipeout once again giving them that advantage. Matrix only the USB in hand, looking to recover some weaponry, but can't on this occasion. Audacity taking the space towards ramp, but Daru good positioning to close it off. 7-0. And yeah, a rinse and repeat of Dust 2.
Yeah, more of the same. That's 16 and 7, 23 rounds in a row here. Normally you shouldn't do maths on a broadcast, but
yeah,
it's feeling confident, Tools.
Quick math. Probably accurate at that point too.
Yeah, more often than not, to be fair.
I like it. We need a mathematician on stage now and then.
Gosh, I mean the maths doesn't add up great right now for Outlaws though, Tools. Down 7-0. On the CT side of Nuke as well, looking slowly, just charging forward and towards Mouth right now. He wants the chunk of the action. I want to get a look at these numbers because it feels like to me Wipeout and Slowy have just been farming these kills here on Nuke so far.
It's definitely distorted in the fact that I don't think it complements to what roles they actually play. You know Slowy's always going to be sitting third with that AWP, Wipeout's going to be in front, but now and again you do see Blaze taking the helm, you do see Daru sitting in front. In fact, you never see Daru in front. That's a lie. It's Wipeout, Slowy, Blaze, and Vilj. Vilj is more of the passive player. You don't often see him as aggressive as he is now. And there we go. I think sound cues are also hard. That's another thing about LAN that a lot of players don't understand. If you cannot use the tools given to you on the LAN stage, for example, the sound, you can use the crowd to hype it up and all of a sudden you can't hear footsteps and that's when you start to rush. If you're not acutely aware of what's happening around the map, communication is almost a reliance, more so than the actual game sound.
Yeah, you're right, Tools, and that comes down to LAN experience, right? Is having the opportunities to play on LAN, learning all the different tricks and tips, using your crosshair through the wall there to see when you get a bit of a reaction from the crowd.
Play with them.
There used to be the old one as well, when you throw a flashbang, you would look at your opponent's faces because their face would go white and you knew you blinded them. Good time to go for the push.
Yes. That's an old school one.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
an old
I like
school one, man.
That's what we used to do in 1.6 because we sit across each other. So if you throw a flashlight, all right, that guy's there.
Just like peek through the
blind, throw another. I used to double down on those, but that's fantastic. Already.
Vlad with
Goru. Gonna be at ramp time and time again as we move towards the upper side, and Anti-Vlad needs to land those AWP shots if they stand a chance in this round, in this game, in fact, in Wipeout. Oh, timed and betrayed by the game, and Slowy at least brings it back, but one player left alive, HazE, sitting in low ground, wondering what's going on. I had brethren, I had teammates, but once again, all on his own, seems idle. I think it was just sorting something out, just trying to get a grip of his bearings, but it does seem like Bravado will be collecting a 9th round. Will it be another egg, Matt?
I mean, I hope not, Tools.
Me and you both.
No, it's worse than one egg is 2 eggs.
Well, not in the frying pan.
That's true. When you crack an egg and you get 2 yolks in 1 egg.
The other day,
mate.
I thought it was Christmas.
Did you buy a lotto ticket after that?
Nah.
You should have.
What happened was the whole tray had double yolks in it. And then I learned it was actually supposed to be like that.
Really?
Special provider.
Oh,
special
wow,
eggs.
okay. All right, well, I want to get my eggs where you get your eggs from, Tools.
No, it's just too much cholesterol.
No, cholesterol actually gets a bad rep, all right?
Is it?
Not as bad as for you as it's made out to be, Tools.
Yeah. Spend too much time on the internet.
I'm a doctor, so you should trust me, right? That's why I'm here talking about a video game.
Got you.
That was sarcastic.
I for a stan. Round number 10 on the cards. They have money now.
Get a look
Just
at the numbers,
round, that's
Tools.
all I want.
14 kills on Wipeout, I told you. He's been farming them so far here in this first half. 14 frags in 9 rounds. He's having a field day.
Good for his confidence already.
Oh my
Shots
God.
coming out, and Volge needs to be careful there near the squeaky door. Counter-terrorist just waiting to take him down. He's part of the player far event, and the Molotov will eventually flush him out. And any moment now, he escapes. Volge needs to finish him off. He spots his opponent, goes for the reload. A bit messy to some extent, but Slowy already sitting on low ground, pushing up ramp. It's going to be an amazing surprise for everyone around the map. And how did he get there? There's too many blind spots for Outlaws.
And you can even see when Bravado have to bring some elements of teamwork into the round.
What?
They're able to do that. Nah, his gun barrel was sticking out. That's why you don't use the A1S anymore, man.
Fair. It's too long.
Yeah, it's hate when that happens. But yeah, like I said, even when Bravado do have to apply a little bit of extra attention to detail, they do have that depth. You saw the little bait that came through there. I don't remember exactly what I think Doru and Blaze, a bit of a bait and switch between the two of them. Towards outside there, firing in towards heaven. The player came up the ladder, got the kill for free.
Yeah.
Bravado living rent-free. Welcoming Outlaws to South Africa.
You can. And leave a bit of jollof. You know jollof?
What's that?
Yeah, special Nigerian food.
Oh no, not familiar actually.
Very nice.
I'll take your word for it.
Only had it once though, so.
Have you been to Nigeria before, Tools?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, by mistake though.
Okay, well we
Can I
have
tell
the
you
other story. No, mate, so I ended up at the wrong mall or something. I could understand that, but
Yeah.
I went to Nigeria by mistake.
Yeah. Can I tell you what happened?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's just see what round we're on. So we take a flight, we go to London, we go to Paris, and on the way back, we're flying, and then some warning signs go on the plane, and they said, we have to land the plane, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And
fair
they're
enough.
like, where the land of the plane? They're like, Nigeria. And I'm like, cool, cool, cool. My first time there.
Okay.
That's where I got to experience the culture, the food, and I enjoyed it.
Okay.
By mistake.
Okay, but I mean, it wasn't your fault. It
Wasn't
your
my call.
mistake, okay. And
Wasn't
listen,
my
if
call.
the pilots say, like, there's some warning signs, we need to land the plane.
Land the plane. Oh, some trades back and forth, but still, I feel none of the trades go in the favor of Outlaws, especially when they have the advantage of numbers within a site. That's going to be the 12th round on the board. But yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, you probably say all right, mate, when the pilot says we're going to have to land because there's a few warning signs. You're not going to question that too much and be like, well, could you just try, maybe make it?
Yeah.
So how long did you stay in Nigeria for then?
It was a day.
Just a day?
Yeah, 20 hours.
Okay, so you were able to go out the airport and explore the place a little?
Just around the airport. That's
Around
it.
the airport,
That's
okay.
it. Yeah, so we got to food stores, restaurants there.
Okay.
Yeah. Massive country. I didn't even realize how big it was.
Yeah, big population, right?
Yeah. Explains the resources. Mining them up.
Gunbridge coming through there. Bull's going to get snapped up. Trying to get a little bit cute there.
Try the ROPS. Well, everyone's trying the ROPS. We saw the previous round. I think it was Blaze to hit on that rail and hop into mouth and try to find some frags. But now it's, I think, Wipeout's turn. Daru doing the lurking, doing smoke like a criminal he is. And it's just headshots all around. And that's it. 13 on the board to 0. Outlaws get pummeled.
Yeah, we've seen a carbon copy every single round here so far from Bravado, just pushing ramp, pushing outside, exploring Squeaky Door as well, just applying pressure everywhere right now, and Outlaws are crumbling.
I'm just happy they're not losing their shape. You continuously see Vulge near that Squeaky Door, slowly going outside, Daru holding lobby, so as long as they stick with that structure, they play within it, it's going to be a good game for them.
Just to remind everybody, this is the first game of the day. Another best of 3 coming up after this between Bravado and 15 Average Gang from Algeria. We certainly expect that to be the matchup of the tournament tools.
Yes.
Probably an indication of what we can expect in the grand final as well. So make sure you're here to catch that game after this match, guys. Seats obviously quite limited, so don't go too far.
Yeah, 15 Average Gang, the darkest of horses in this tournament. As they go through their round robin format, each team plays each other once. The top 2 teams with the highest points go towards the final.
$30,000 prize pool as well, Tools.
Big money, big cash.
That's like over 500,000 Rand right now. I mean, exchange rate obviously not great in South Africa, but these guys are loving it because it means there's more money to be won.
100%, and I'm pretty sure their economy matches ours in terms of the exchange rate in itself, so some good signs. Okay, final moments of this matchup. 15th round, the 16 is the magic number. Oh, Slowy, you can see he's been playing his pre-A maps as he clears every nook and cranny as we head into the next round.
Here we go, triple kill from Wicked, bringing the life back, the round back to life, but unfortunately not going to be enough. His efforts in vain. Well recognized by the crowd as well. 1v4 clutch attempt goes awry.
A well-deserved hand of applause too. It's a valiant effort. There's just something about the story of an underdog that appeals to all.
Yeah, and it's good to see that the crowd are supporting them as well when there's a bit of excitement coming through for Outlaws. But it's 15-0 Tools. And this is the last chance for Outlaws to try and keep themselves alive here in this series. Lose this round, game over. Back-to-back 16-0s. Tough pill to swallow.
And a good lesson to be learned. As they head towards ramp, it is Wipeout to defend the zone as immediately repelled back, and it's Daru rotating in, delivers 2 deadly headshots, and there's more coming in. Shame Slowy came there to help out, and that is 16-0. Bravado win the opening match for the day, 2-0, 16-0, 16-0. Outlaws outmatched on this occasion, but it's experience that really matters from them.
I like how every time they come back, they just throw the camera in my face when you gents have been talking. But there we go. I mean, this is it. Bravado, nice easy win for them. It's the group stages right on the top. That's good for them. They'll be happy with that. A good start to the day.